So in this last part of the lecture, I will talk about basically and mainly two things, right? The first one, I will talk about learning methodology that learners use when they are learning online, as well as I will talk a little bit more about Web 2.0. So let's start from learning methods, right? And when we talk about learning methodology, then there are actually two main camps, okay, that people tend to follow. The first one is interactive learning. So it's teaching with one computer in the class, and then student can interact and teachers can interact with learners, and learners can also interact with computers and with teachers. The second one is to teach in the computer network. Okay, so there are more than one modalities that learners can interact with teachers and as well as with other learners, right? I mean, just in the first scenario, just with one computer, then learners can only interact with the teacher. They cannot interact with the teacher through computers. With the second one, that teaching in the computer network, then everyone has access to computer and they can actually use the internet network to interact with other learners. So that's the first approach to learning. The second one is what they call individual learning, or perhaps some would call a self-paced learning, self-study model. So it's basically a self-access learning. So you are sitting in front of a computer on your own, in your own time, and you are studying the content at your own pace. And you can also do this anywhere, anytime. And so normally you would have materials designed for self-access learning in your computer or in your laptops, in your programs, and you would study that. The next one is something they call distant learning. Yeah, so as I mentioned, this could be learning through posts. Like you are given books, and then you read books, and you're given assignment, and you write assignment, you submit it by post. Or you can just learning, or you can just learn online, like what you have been doing in the past 2 years, just learning through different platforms and things like that. So this is the learning methodology that people normally take, okay, when they are studying through technology, right? Although not always 100% technology, but some part of the learning makes use of technology. The next point that I would like to talk about is I would like to elaborate more about Web 2.0. And as I mentioned in the previous clip, right, I think Web 2.0 is the second generation of Web 1.0, which was a static website where you can only go to the website and read information provided by the website creator. Web 2.0 on Web 2.0, it's Web 2.0 allow you to not only consume the information provided to you in the website, but also allow you to use that information and to generate your own ideas within the website as well. So like website like Huntip, as I mentioned, or Reddit, or social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and things like that allow user not only to just consume information presented in the website or in their platform, but also contribute something back into the platform as well. So it's basically the evolution of web application. It's more interactive, cooperative, and you can get to build more community, and stay connected with other people. So it's more social in many ways. So you get to create new society with other people, right? Web 2.0 oriented to language learning, right? And when we put Web 2.0, the concept of Web 2.0 into language learning, a lot of new theories emerge about immersion, interaction, and input. So how you can immerse your yourself into the real learning environment, how you can interact with other people, making use of the media in your hand and website that allow you to contribute something, to receive contribution from other people, and to exchange ideas and knowledge, and to practice language, of course. And you get a lot of input, okay, in different formats, like in terms of videos, in terms of audios, in text, and things like that. So some of the examples include forums, blog, wiki, social network, okay, podcast, video streaming, virtual worlds, and chat rooms. And the possibilities of Web 2.0 are actually quite endless. Right? All right, so I think in the 3 video clips that I have recorded for you, I talk you through the different types of online learning, different phases in the history of core, and as well as some of the movement that are happening and are taking place, okay, in the field of computer-assisted language learning right now. And I mean, just one thing for you to note before we delve more into the details of different topics. I think you have all learned online in some capacity. You have mastered some skills online. It may be language, it may not be language, but I think with just if you think about your English language learning, right, you might have made use of some of the concept that I have mentioned today, and if you can perhaps relate what you have done, relate what you have done in your learning, or perhaps some specific activity that you could remember doing in the past with the different phases of core, okay, that we talk about, with the types of online learning that I talk about, and with the whether or not you were making use of Web 2.0, and did you just basically consumer of the language input provided to you, or you also generated something bad. So it's worth thinking about. All right. Okay, so this is the end of the 3 clips, and I'm gonna post this into our Canvas dashboard, so you can have a look, and then I see you again in the next live class.